Welcome back to another episode of Spilling the Tea with the Henna guys. You know what's about to happen, so let's dive right in. Today's video, her channel is called Rose Baby, and the title is Henna and Indigo Mix for Healthy Brunette Hair Color. Does it cover gray hair in one step? Now, the title was what I wanted to do the video because you guys have a lot of questions. Can we do jet black or dark brown in a one step or two step? So my answer to that is always, well, we highly recommend you doing it into two-step process, but you may also do it as one step. Now that varies from person to person, so just keep in mind, majority of, out there, gray hair tend to be stubborn and they need to do two-step process. Now, yes, you can do the one step and it may work for some, but not the majority of us. So that's why we always recommend two-step. But let's go ahead, dive right into her video and see what she has to say about that.
If this is going to work. I was afraid to take away from the reddish brownish color that I have right now. I don't want to get any like dark black color because I really like the color that I have right now and I don't want to ruin it. So it's very interesting to see all the measurements I used in this treatment to that. But before we get started on the video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel down below, hit that thumbs up, and with all that said, let's get into it. So I have been using henna for a few years now and I love it. I love the fact that it is all natural, it has no pesticides, there are no dangerous chemicals in it that would damage or dry my hair. And also it's a lot cheaper than buying the hair dye box from your drugstore. So I like it. The only thing with henna that some people may not like is henna often turn gray hair into copper orange color. For me right now it is okay because I don't have a lot of gray hair, but I was worried when I do get a lot of gray hair, what's gonna happen? So here where the indigo comes into play, henna has red orange dye, indigo has blue dye, so orange with blue make brown color. So I really love the chemistry and trying to experiment. It's very fun, honestly. Also the indigo is very effective on coloring, stubborn gray hair. But don't apply the indigo without henna. You need like a layer base of henna on your hair, otherwise the indigo will turn your hair green. So you can either apply the indigo on already hennaed hair.
She's absolutely correct. You do need a base on your gray hair, so pure henna is what you need in order for indigo powder to work.
Do the two-step process, like do henna first, wait 3 hours, wash it, and then do the indigo treatment. Or you can mix the two together, mix the henna with the indigo, which what I'm going to do today. So yeah, mixing the henna with indigo with a few other ingredients so we can actually get conditioning benefits and coloring benefits at the same time. But then
conditioning, coloring, strengthening, hair growth. I mean, the list can just go on.
Take a bit of playing with to get the right color, but it's very fun. I read the recommendation, if you want brown hair, you should mix 50-50, 50% indigo, 50% henna. But if you want more like reddish brown, you should do 70% henna, 30% indigo. Right now, before I show you my blend and mix, I'm going to show you the process that I'm going to use.
She used her henna.
100% pure henna, 100% pure indigo, and I'm also going to use Amla Powder because it moisturizes the hair strands and it adds a lot of shine and definition. And I also have Hibiscus Powder. It has a ton of benefits too. It is rich in vitamin C, moisture content, and antioxidants. These two are totally optional. You don't really need them for the hair color, but I like to add the extra moisture because henna can dry your hair. Before we get mixing, let me show you my hair before so you guys can see the color that I have.
That's still pretty. That's so pretty.
All the gray strands that I have in my hair too. So usually the day I plan on doing my hair, I mix my henna early in the morning so it has time to sit for dye release. And today I'm using 100 grams of henna, 2 teaspoons of aloe vera, 2 tablespoons of hibiscus powder.
She did absolutely the exact measurements that I would actually recommend. Love it. And again, she said, as she said, the powders that she added are optional, and you can actually use any other herbs that you want to use, you know, for other benefits.
Water, and you do not want your liquid to be boiling hot. It will over process your henna mix. It is just too fast, too hot. So I add my water until I get like brownies batter. I don't really care about getting the perfect consistency right now, because I will check it again after the dye release and I will fix that.
She is absolutely correct. You can add lavender or rosemary essential oil for the scent and also benefits as well.
Now I cover it with a plastic wrap and I let it sit for dye release for about like 4 to 5 hours. After 5 hours, I know my...
So it is recommended to do 8 to 10 hours. Again, that's her preference, but it is recommended that you leave pure henna mixture out for 8 to 10 hours. So I would leave it out overnight.
Henna is ready. When I see the color has changed on the top layer, that's your sign of dye release. I'm not sure the camera picking up
oh yes,
the color,
it definitely
right?
is.
But you should see the color inside or underneath is slightly brighter than the layer formed on top. Now I can mix my indigo, because the indigo does not have to sit for a long time for dye release. In fact, you can use it right away. I only use today 50 grams of indigo because I really like the hair color that I have right now, and I frequently get compliments about it, so I was afraid if I added more indigo to end up with black, dark hair. Even though I read the recommendation, I still wanted to go less on the indigo just to be safe. And I also added only warm distilled water to this one too. I read it is best not to mix indigo directly with an acidic liquid like lemon juice or apple cider vinegar, as the acidity can inhibit the dye release. But you can add a teaspoon of salt if you want, if you have like very stubborn gray hair. They said that would help. I didn't do that today, but I'll probably do it the next time. But if I do, I will mix it with the powder first and then add my water.
Yeah, usually if anyone comes back to us and say, oh, the Indigo Powder didn't give us coverage, well, then we recommend adding a teaspoon of salt.
It can be used immediately. Actually, it is better if you don't let it sit, as it will deteriorate and lose its dyeing ability. Today I let mine sit for 10 minutes just to show you guys how fast the indigo is with releasing the dye. But you can tell when you see this deep green glaze formed on the top. Now I'm going to mix my henna with the indigo, and at this point I check the consistency. I have more warm water next to me. I add
it's a little too thick.
Stir until I get like a thick Greek yogurt consistency. You want your base to be like very soft and creamy enough to spread on your hair. If it is too thick, it's going to be very hard to apply, and if it is too thin, it will run down on your neck. Now finally we are ready to apply the henna. I'm using coconut oil on my face and neck. This is essential for keeping my skin from taking the color.
Or Vaseline.
It's very important to apply henna on clean hair.
She's right, using her hands.
My hair today, I didn't use conditioner, because if you have any residue of conditioner or styling products, it will block and prevent the color from bonding with the hair.
That's why it's very important that you wash your hair before the application. If you've washed it a day before, but make sure no products has been applied to your hair. And like she said, it will not dye your hair if you have anything in your hair.
and your hair can be damp too. In fact, it's probably better as it will make it easier for you to apply this muddy mess on your hair. I like it that way, but it can be dry too. It's really up to you and what you prefer. You can wash your hair the night before, just no more than 24 hours before.
So as always, make sure you're wearing old clothes that you're okay if it stains. She sectioned her hair and going section by section, I mean perfectly. She's applying it perfectly. I love how she just dived right in with her hands. You know, fingers, that's the best method of application with henna. Yeah, try to get the roots with an application brush, but other than that, you have to use your fingers. Make sure you put gloves on though. I have to dye my hair, but my hair is long and I feel like I need a haircut before I apply henna on. It does take a while for long hair. But it's worth it. It's all worth it. Oh, it looks so beautiful outside. It is so freezing right now.
After I'm done applying the henna, I cover my hair with a plastic cap, and I used 2 today, and I also use this beanie to retain moisture and just to keep my head warm, as this base works better when it's warm and wet.
I love it perfectly. I would just highly recommend doing that, applying the shower cap or saran wrap, but on top, I always recommend using a towel. She used a cap, which is perfectly fine. It keeps the heat trapped, so it helps with the dye release even better.
You can also use a towel, or you can wrap your head with a scarf. Now, are you wondering how I'm going to possibly wash all this mud out of my hair? In a few seconds, I'm going to show you the best hack ever to wash henna out of your hair.
I want to see what she does.
In case you guys missed my last henna video, I showed it in that video as well, but I'm going to show it to you again in this video. But depending on the day I applied the henna and what's going on in my life that day, it varies how often I leave it in my hair. It's usually between 3 to 5 hours, and surprisingly today I was able to leave it in my hair for the full 5 hours. I was busy doing other things, cleaning and cooking, so when I was ready...
See, this is what I say. When someone comes to me, well, I don't have time to apply henna, I'm like, well, who's doing your house chores? Like, just leave it on here, do your house chores, just like she did. And she didn't even realize the time that flew. And that's what I do too. Like, I'll just put it on my hair, and then I'll like cook, clean, I don't know, do anything in the house. There's just, I don't have time for henna.
Ellen said it was 8 o'clock, and it has been staying on my hair since it's 3 o'clock.
Oh.
And here is your best hack to rinse henna off of your hair or any muddy mask like this. I really like to do a mermaid bath. I love this because, as you can see, this way your hair strands spread and flow easily in the water, and this will loosen most of the henna and allow it all to come out.
I like this. Usually when I do, like, I'll do myself, I'll just do in the shower, but when I do my daughter's hair, I'll do it like in the tub, but not like this, but under the faucet.
Water to show you how much this soak helps getting all of that henna out. You can tell there's not much left in my hair right now, and you can repeat this as much as you need. After that, I applied some conditioner which adds moisture back to my hair, and then when I go right now to rinse it in the shower, it helps to get rid of any grit left in my hair. And especially if you don't do this mermaid bath, try conditioner because it definitely helps with the rinsing. Now, while my conditioner sits on my hair for a few minutes, I'm going to scrub my bathtub so I don't have to do that after I shower. It is natural. The color might run for a few washes. Mine runs for almost 2-3 weeks. So just protect your pillowcases and make sure you use dark towel. Otherwise, you're gonna have a towel like this. And I agree, henna, it is not a 30-minute application and rinse. It is really an all-day deal, but however, is well worth the effort.
So worth it. So worth it.
I'm not going to lie, as I mentioned, I was skeptical that this would work, but the henna Indigo covered my gray hairs beautifully, as you can see.
So
I still
beautiful.
have more red, but that could be because I didn't add enough indigo, so I will definitely add more indigo.
Oh, I love, you can see how the red tone is showing. Now, again, if you want to go towards the darker, you're going to have to do the two-step method. She did the one step, and that's why she used more pure henna versus the indigo powder, and what she just explained as well. And you can see that redness is so beautiful. So beautiful. But you can see that redness, but that's her preference. That's how she wants it. I would want it that way, have some red showing and just not completely dark because I have dark color here. But if you're looking for the dark color here, then two-step method, whether you're doing dark brown, whether you're doing like black, jet black, you need to do the two-step process. But if you're doing the one-step process, be ready to see a lot of redness.
Next time, but my hair more fluffy and silky thanks to the aloe vera, I think, and I still have that reddish brownish color that I like, with a little bit of dark burgundy highlights in some parts.
It's so beautiful. I love it.
Now I'm really wondering what color I would have gotten if I mixed more indigo, but even this color, I really like it, and I will definitely continue to use both indigo and henna for my regular treatments, which for me it's every couple of months. Like the last time I did it before this time, it was late June, and I'm really excited to experiment with mixing different measurements. My hair is much thicker, much healthier since I quit using chemical hair dyes, and it looks so natural, so beautiful,
so healthy,
soft and less tangled, and all that I got from using natural ingredients and taking care of my hair. So I cannot recommend this enough. I hope you guys try it, but I think that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope that you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave it a thumbs up, subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
I love that she used her brand, and I love how she explained everything so thoroughly. Her color, her hair, so beautiful. You can see the difference. It's so much fuller, volume, thicker, and I'm sure she probably even noticed some growth in her hair as well. So yeah, ditch those chemical dyes, come to henna, and you will see it. Your hair will love you for it. Don't take my word, try it to believe it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Till next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see some other video reaction, please leave it in the comment section down below, and I'd love to do that video, as well as you can email me directly, sales@thehennaguys.com. Till next time, bye!